2017, Rabbi Blumoff and I had been challenging each other for fitness related activities, trying to drive each other to be a little bit more active. And we had just finished our first triathlon together. Thinking about what we were going to do next, he suggested the Israel ride. It brought together a couple things that were really meaningful to both of us, and we chatted about it for 5 minutes and decided we were totally going to make it happen. I'd heard about it through a couple other friends, he had as well, and it brought together civic action and then sustainability in the environment, things that are both really important to both of us, and at the same time seemed crazy for us to try, to even consider attempting 300 miles on our bicycles when all we'd achieved so far was one triathlon. It gave us an opportunity to also spend a bunch of time together training and building up a team, and that all got underway at the beginning of 2018 and led to us heading back. Well, I headed back 2 times, and we actually brought teams from Austin. My favorite Israel ride memory, it might be the same for a lot of people, but it was on day 1 of 2018, standing with my friends who I'd been training with for months to get ready for the distance and the climbs and everything. Hearing the shofar blast gave me chills, being in the crowd, saying Tefillah Derech, and then heading out from Jerusalem. The views and the team being together and all the things that we had fundraised for and getting ready was extremely moving. And then the capstone of that day, after all those other things, was the booming descent through the Judean hills out of Jerusalem. It was fantastic. It was just awesome. Jerseys, everybody zooming together, still sticks with me more than anything else over the couple rides that I've done. What I'm excited about this year is not having to schlep my bike on a plane through customs and explain all of that. But more so, I'm really looking forward to getting updates from Chazon and from the Arava Institute to hear about what's been going on over the last year and the big plans. I believe there will be some programs with the students too, which has been part of the experience each year that's been really meaningful, to sit and listen. I hope we're able to do that well as well. I'm really excited about all that stuff. And again, converting all the sweat and all the energy in what'll be a virtual world this year on our bikes and our trainers or out running, but turning that into real change in the real world. And so I'm still really excited about that aspect of this year. The activity itself pulled together several things that were important to me already, but allowed me to focus on them and convert my interest in them and my support of them into real action and real change. Specifically, I'd always felt really strongly about environmental concerns, conservation activity, and even as an engineer, science and tech around sustainable living, sustainable farming, and existing in the world that way. I also feel really strongly that we're all just passengers on spaceship Earth. It's one spaceship, and that's for everybody. And when I think about things that way, and I was introduced to the Israel Ride and started to learn more and more about the organizations, I realized it's the same thing. Along with that, peace building and peacemaking, which are both actions, they're not passive things. The Arava Institute immediately resonated with me because through my other work, building and forming teams, the most important thing about that is that whole group of people have to have a shared set of goals. So if you've got the shared set of goals, then the ability to work together and see past any differences you have to achieve them, it's just so much easier and more convincing. So the way the Arava Institute brought students together from all different backgrounds, cultural backgrounds, religious backgrounds, and has them live together and deal with and solve these spaceship Earth problems. So I got all of that mixed in with the sustainability and the things Chazon brings together. And then the fitness stuff, which for the last 5 or 6 years, since I was diagnosed as a celiac and really had to start thinking about my body and my health, it let me roll them all together. at the same time. And so the Israel Ride for me makes it easy to pull together all these things that are important to me and things I should do for both myself and civic minded for the planet and everybody else into an annual thing that I can build up for and prepare for and draw all the people, you know, in my life that are important to me into supporting it and making it happen. So I'm really thankful for finding the Israel Ride.